What?
Yes. Yep. How you doing?
Let's get ready.
My slide person.
All right, we're getting ready. Let's go. Bring your money in from the boat.
All righty, well, let's stand. We're going to sing something.
Oh, we have heard the joyful sound. Jesus saves, Jesus saves. Spread the tidings all around. Jesus saves, Jesus saves. Spread the light, like the streets across the lane. From the tears of lost away. Jesus saves, Jesus saves. Down along the rolling tide, Jesus saves, Jesus saves. Every sin is far and wide. Jesus saves, Jesus saves. Sing ye islands of the sea, and the land the ocean waves. There shall be her jubilee. Jesus saves, Jesus saves. Sing above the battle's fight. Jesus saves, Jesus saves. By his death and endless life. Jesus saves, Jesus saves. How the souls get through the gloom. When the heart for mercy prays. Sing the triumph for the tomb. Jesus saves, Jesus saves. Give the winds a mighty voice. Jesus saves, Jesus saves. And the nations will rejoice. Jesus saves, Jesus saves. Shout salvation going free. By his hills and deepest graves. This our song of victory. Jesus saves, Jesus saves.
Great singing.
All right, we want to give Brother Tom as much time as he needs. Tom, we don't need it. Where's Tom? Tom? We don't get out about 1 o'clock, but you know what? We're in church. Amen. The last time I checked, this is called in the book of Revelation, it's called the Lord's Day.
That's right.
Not the Seahawks Day. Not the Cowboys Day. I have just about had it with the NFL in here.
Amen. Right.
Let me tell you something. Ain't nobody gonna burn no flag out in front of this church.
That's right.
Ain't nobody gonna spit on the Constitution. If they do, we're gonna kind of send them on down the road just a little bit. I tell you what a godless group of men.
Right.
Listen, and this compromise. Let me tell you what they did real quick. Can I just tell you one thing real quick? So they're gonna compromise. They're gonna all go out and lock arms together. That's a compromise. That's a joke. When the national anthem is played, you stand in the tent. You place your hand over your heart, and you honor the men and women that have fought and bled and died and shed blood for this country.
Amen. Amen.
Right. I'll make no bones about it that we love our military. We love America. She's sick. America is desperately sick. She is desperately wicked. But I believe in the Bible, and I believe that if America was getting sackcloth and ashes from the head down,
Right.
I believe that God would spare this nation. Is that going to happen?
Eventually.
Could it happen?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Listen, I mean, if the whole Nineveh, from top to bottom, sackcloth and ashes, and God spared that city. Now, eventually it was destroyed because they went back on the word. But anyhow, we are honored today, and we're thrilled to be able to meet here and to freely be able to stand out and speak the word of God.
Amen.
Why don't you come? Let's go ahead and get your money right quick. Listen, we always want to take good care of our missionaries, and it would be a help today if you would just write an extra love offering, put that in, and designate that on there if you want to for the missionaries. Is my wife in here? Okay, baby. Why don't you put in, honey? Why don't you put in $50 for that love offering for the missionaries? Okay. All we need is about 10 or 15 people to match that, and we'll be in good shape.
Amen.
I'm rich. I've got more money than I know what to do with. And I'm married. I mean, that's amazing that a man has more money to know what to do with, and he's married. And I was kidding. So listen, we always, I tell you, I've always told the church, I've always told my bookkeeper and my treasurer, if it ever came to where we could not send out our mission support, I would not draw a salary. Listen, missionaries come before me, they come before my salary, they come before anything. We always want to be faithful. In 11 and a half years, we have never one time missed sending a check to our missionaries.
Amen.
That's right.
This church, tomorrow, my bookkeeper will come in and she'll write checks for $5,500. Every month we do that. Is that to brag on that? Well, then to a certain degree, but that is because we serve a living, compassionate,
That's right.
loving God.
Amen.
All right, Brother Tony, I ain't supposed to preach. Tom's going to preach, okay? He got some fresh flies back from Uganda. Man, I can't wait to see him. Can you? Yeah, don't get up and move around. Sit still. It's God's house, all right?
Amen.
Tony, go ahead before I preach.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day you've given us, and Lord, the opportunity to come before you. And Lord, we thank you for each and every one that's here today. Lord, may we just be blessed by your word, and Lord, the speaker, Lord, give him just the words you would have him to say. And God, we pray that if there's anyone here today that is not saved, that today will be their day of salvation.
Yep.
Amen.
And God, we thank you for the opportunity to participate in giving into your ministry. Lord, may you use it any way you see fit. We ask these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. You may be seated. Where's the beauty? This is the beast.
You got the beasts.
Preachers are weary, singers are tired. Church as we know it is losing its fire. Some are discouraged, they're in the low. We must determine to keep pressing on, 'cause it's just one more soul. We're to walk down the aisle. It'd be worth every struggle. It'd be worth every mile. A lifetime of labor is still worth it all if it rescues just one more soul.
Amen.
So preachers keep preaching and singers go sing. Amen. Keep telling that Jesus is King. The angels have gathered, they're surrounding the throne, and they'll start rejoicing for just one more soul. Just one more soul. We're to walk down the aisle. It'd be worth every struggle. It'd be worth every mile. A lifetime still worth it all if you rescue just one more song. A lifetime of favor is still worth it all if you rescue just one more song.
Amen.
All right. Just want to let you all know I didn't care much for basic training either.
You're not wrong.
Some stories from that fun we had there at Lackland Air Force Base. But today I'm going to talk to you about the fun that we had in Uganda, Africa. First I want to just go to Psalms 32:8. I'd love to read the whole Psalms to you, but I'm going to cut it a little bit short because I didn't have a lot to show you because God really loved me. Psalms 32:8. In fact, I'm going to just read verse 7. I think that's what Gary kind of literally on this. And speaking of God here, it says, "Thou art my hiding place. Thou shalt preserve me from trouble. Thou shalt compass me about with songs of deliverance." Selah. And then verse 8 is where I want to hit. "I will instruct thee and teach thee in the way which thou shalt go. I will guide thee with mine eye."
Amen.
You know, if you're going to be guided by someone's eye, you better be looking into their face.
That's right.
And the key here is if you want to be guided by God, and He will guide you with His eyes, you must look Him in the face.
That's right.
And He will guide you. As a father, I used to do that with my children. Okay? My children, if they were doing wrong or if they kind of needed a little direction, they would look up at me. And I could just, with my eyes, I could let them know that either you better straighten up, or you need to go this way or that way. And you know, when they did not want to change their ways, you know what they did? They just didn't look at me.
Yeah.
They just, I mean, have you ever called someone out and they look away? They're looking away because they don't want to hear or to see what you were going to tell them. And so some of you may be here and you're wondering about God's direction for your life. And may I just say, you just got to look into His face.
Amen.
Look into His eyes, and you'll see Him direct you. Brother Gary talked about it, and that is, you know, you gotta get going, you gotta get moving, and God will direct your steps as you get moving. You say, well, where do you say that? "Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not to thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct thy paths." Okay? He promises that He will do it. And I have to say that my ministry as a missionary has lived that out. Not knowing exactly what I was supposed to do, just busy doing, and then watching God give the specifics as I moved. And today I want you to kind of head onto that thought a little bit, because I'm going to conclude a little bit with that thought. But I want us to look at some of the things that happened as I left America on the 21st of August and arrived in Uganda on the 23rd. We immediately had to get doing preparation for the Bible college that was going to meet. And I had been told that probably we were going to see about 100 people come and attend Bible college. And we provide everything for them, okay? In fact, some of you even helped. We needed some mattresses for them to sleep on. And so we started out, before we ever got there, purchasing 40 mattresses to go with the 50 others that we already had. So if we can go to the slides, we'll start seeing some of this. Let's see if I can get there. Okay, I won't sing to you. There we go. So the first thing you got to do, if you've got over 100 people, you got to feed them. And so what do? We go to the market and we purchase the food. And so these slides here just show you where we go to grocery shopping. And you'll see a few slides here just to go through. But it's beautiful, but it's not quite exactly American grocery shop. This is Julian, and Julian is the one who really helps me accomplish a lot of this. And so she's negotiating with this lady, I think, for cabbage right now. We're going to probably pay about 30 to 40 cents a head of cabbage there. So that's what you're seeing here in the market. I'll go and purchase hundreds of pounds of beans and kosher. Yeah, this is what I do. While Julian's negotiating, I get to work with this cute kid. So I take a few pictures of the children. I thought she was so cute, so I had to take an extra picture of her. Next slide. This is the cooking that's going on. So Sunday night, the people start coming in, and we cook them a meal. And this is what we... let's not turn the slides unless I ask.
Sorry.
I'll ask to say it. This is... She's cooking. This is, we basically have this stove and all that. We cook on with charcoal. And so she's cooking right now. That's posho. That's a dried corn flour. And so she's cooking that up on this other one here, where you can see those are banana leaves. But inside of there is, we call it matoke. It's a type of banana. It's a cooking banana. And the people really like it. So that's what's going on there. Next. And this is the meeting of the college. And you don't see everyone there because there's people lined up against this wall over here and people over here, but over 100 people showed up, which means that we're going to be cooking over 2,000 meals over the 5.5 days that we met. Next slide. So this is, I just want to let you hear a little bit of singing, okay? So hopefully we can just click on there. Get it? I want you to hear a little bit. The giants there are some missionary kids. This is Pastor Zizi right here. Okay, let's go to the next slide. So, and then this is Missionary James. Those are his 3 sons. He has another son too, but he's 6'6", and his boys are pretty tall too. Even though the Ugandans, it's hard to tell right from here, but Ugandans are typically pretty small people. But what we did is every service, okay, I shouldn't say the service, we're now teaching through the book of Romans, okay? And we have over here Jared on the far. He's going to be translated in Raninkore. Okay. Obviously, James is going to speak in English. Pastor Zizi is going to translate in Swahili, and I think you'll see it after this. We also have it being translated to the deaf. So we've got 4 languages that it's being taught in. We really could use another, but it's just too much trouble to also do it in the Konzo. So we're not doing it. They're trying to pick the Raninkore. But that's how our services, that's how our teaching works. Now, we have people there in this group from Burundi, from Rwanda, from Uganda, from Congo, from Eritrea, right here, all being taught. Okay, so we've got a good mixed audience here. Next slide. It's not going. Hopefully, here we go. Okay, so just to let you hear what it sounds like, hopefully you can hear it. That's just, it gives you a feel for how it works. And you know, if you're like me, it takes a little bit to be patient enough to wait for 2 people to talk before I get to talk again. Okay? Next slide. Here, this is Esther here. Esther is one that we actually kind of almost adopted. We tried to bring her back to the U.S. with her. So this is Esther, and Esther's doing sign language here for the people back here who are deaf. And so she's busy doing that. She's 14 years old. She's an Eritrean girl. And yeah, she's beautiful. So, but we take care of Esther. She's kind of an orphan out of the refugee camp, so we care for her right here. Next one. So again, now the cooking of the evening meal, and so you can kind of see how it works. You don't necessarily see it, but here she is cooking on this hot stuff, and she's barefooted. Next slide. More of the kids that are around and others who are working. It takes obviously a major effort to make this happen. And we appreciate not just the people who are preaching the Word of God, we appreciate everyone who brings it together. That's what a church is all about. It's a if you can say it's a family, it's a team, cooperating together, placed where the Holy Spirit has placed us to do the work of the ministry. Next. Here's the way we're doing meals. So basically in this case, we line them all up and they just come on through and get their meals. What you see, that kind of purple sauce, that's a G-nut sauce. That's actually made from peanuts. And for us who like peanuts, it's actually pretty good. Pouring that over on the toke. They're serving kind of a fried Irish potatoes up there. I don't know what else we're getting, but it's actually pretty good. Next target. Just see a little bit more as they're in line getting their food next. And twice, two of the days, we actually we bought meat. And that's a real treat in Uganda. But we also like to treat them special. And so, like I say, just two of the meals, they actually got meat. And that's just a picture of the meat that we would have got to serve. Next chart. This is just one of the rooms. If you want to say, look, what kind of luxury hotel do they stay in? Well, there it is. And this is just one of the rooms. If you see plastic on the mattresses, those are the mattresses that we just bought brand new, and we keep plastic on them, okay? But they were very, very pleased. But we have numerous rooms that are in this complex that we have that, and basically we do a real good job keeping the women separated from the men totally, but this is one of the areas where the men sleep. So just to give you an idea of the comfort and luxury that we provide. Next. Okay, this is just a little more singing. By the way, this is Pastor Zebedee right here, and this is his wife Yolis. This is their second child. This is Jane. So anyway, but this is about just a little more singing just for you to hear. I had just taught them this song. We sing in English, we sing in Runyon Corday, we sing in different, this is basically a picture of almost everyone that was there, just to give you an idea. We had many churches represented who sent their people to the college. Next chart will just kind of start showing that. This is the people from Sangano. This is one of the groups at the refugee camp. Most of these people who you see here are Congolese, but they are also other nationalities. But most of the ones you see here are Congolese. Those three white guys in the back are not. Next chart. This is the church there in Ruti. And up in front are those are at least two of our deaf. I can't point at it. Jared is the one in the Uganda, New Jersey. Jared is, he basically is my headmaster, a really good Christian man. Someday he's already given himself to the ministry. He knows God wants him to pastor. But Jared has done a great job in the schools and as a soul winner. And just in the few weeks I was there, when I wasn't preaching there, just at this church alone, we saw about 15 people come to trust Jesus Christ. During the college, we saw 6 people receive Christ and Savior during the time of the college. Julian is in the pink skirt. She's a soul winner. She's right now at Teachers College, but she's led several of the teachers there, or several of the students there to the Lord. Crispus over here, he's my builder. He basically takes care of all the construction, all the maintenance, everything. A really fine man. Let me see if I can see John here. John is he's over top of Julian's head. And John's Jared's brother. He's a young man, and he just gave a report a couple days ago at the Muslim college, or Muslim secondary school, high school, that they just had a service, and 5 of the students there received Christ.
Amen.
So we're seeing lots of ministry now to the handicap school, where they call it Rudy Rehabilitation Center. Most of them are deaf, but they have other handicaps. And we get in there and minister to them, and we also transport them to church, and we're hearing of many salvations there at that school also. So lots of good things happening in this ministry. Next. Okay, I always look at them. Okay, so this is another one of our churches out on the refugee camp. Most of these people here are Rwandan, but they call it Rwanda. But they're Rwandese. Next. And this again, more people from another church represented mostly from Rwanda. Next chart. This is the first ministry we worked with when we arrived in Uganda. And this is the church, Independent Baptist Church of Chahi. And they have we started a school there. And so these are the people from Chahi. Next. These are the Kabariti. You're going to see a little bit about from this ministry. This is the people of Kabariti. The one here with the blue shirt, that's Pastor Alfred. And they're doing a good work out there, really good work, and mostly doing it on their own with no financial help, other than minor financial help from us, but they're really doing a great job. Next. This is Pastor Zebedee. This is the church in Muhindi, and they also have a school there. And Yolis, his wife, is a wonderful Christian lady who's doing a great job with the ladies there. And then Zebedee's just a fine young man. Sorry, this is that's all right. This is a picture. You go ahead. It's just a picture. When the college ended, I then headed to Muhindi and Kabariti, where I would be preaching and things like that. So I'm transporting Zebedee and his wife there with it and the baby. But Zebedee, as you can see, he's pretty happy with his daughter there. So next chart. On our way as we drive there, we don't have to go anywhere. It's just on the road. You'll see elephants and things like this. Just you don't have to go into a national park to see it. And so this is just a picture. So you might come to Uganda if for no other reason as Brother Matheny, you may not have a burden for the Ugandan people. You just think it's fun to see elephants. So whatever it takes to get you there, This is the next one. Well, the elephant's fun, but if you want to find out what the toilets are like, that is a toilet here at the church, okay? So, and you better watch your head, too, because Ugandan people, most of them are pretty small, and you'll get hurt if you don't duck. But anyway, just to show you, that's high to the next chart. This is the church, and we were able to help them basically build this with a contribution from a lady at East Hill Baptist Church next church. Yeah, it's really nice. This is what their classrooms look like until we kind of help them out a little bit. So, but just to get you an idea of what really things tend to look like and what they're like up in these villages. Next chart. Another picture of the church. Next. There's Pastor Jay. I just had to prove I was in Uganda. I just ran out of slides. I know it was there. Next church. Just to also show you that somebody's short too. But here's the church there. I'll be preaching. I was preaching there, but anyway, just give you a chance to hear these because they are not running party. They're Raconzo. You should go recognize this song. Yes, I can sing in Raconzo, and I can sing in Running, and I don't know what I'm singing. All right, next. It's beautiful to be. This now, we're hiking now. From Muhindi, you can't take a car or even a motorcycle to get to Cabarete. You have to walk. And so now I'm above it as we're walking down to it. But this what you see there, that's the church and the primary school that they have there. And it is in the middle of nowhere. And I honestly, I love to ask the Ugandans questions, and one of the questions I love to ask them is, tell me about your experience with the first white person you saw. Well, you saw Yolis, 75, and so I asked her, Yolis, well, who was the first white person you saw? And she looked at me and said, you. No kidding me. Well, this is even further into the village, and they call me Baluku Tom, and Baluku means first son. I am the first white person that basically most of these villagers are never seen. Wow. And so just to kind of give you an idea. So, but anyway, next picture. Just to show you that is the trading center. Okay, so if you want to know, that's the store for the entire village, primarily the building that you see on the left. So that's it, okay? So you are deep into the village when you get here to Cabarete. That's not Albertson's safe. Here's the church. That's John. Now, John is the one who gave us the land, who has given us a lot of the materials from his own land, the actual timber to build with, and all of that. John got saved under the ministry there, and because this is always kind of neat. I'm sure Brother Matheny would concur. It's wonderful when you do get a chance to reach the elderly men. Yeah. Because it changes, the whole character of the church and everything is not only different, it's better. And they take so much more responsibility and the leadership. And so this church is doing very, very well. But I just want you to meet John. He's always amazed when I tell him, John, people all around the world know you. and it is true, but that's my friend John right there. Next chart. Just another picture just to show you what it looks like. We did give them, 500,000 shillings to help them buy some benches, maybe put a door or so on the church. 500,000 shillings is about $140. But they were thrilled to receive that gift from us. So just to let you know we did that. Next. I want you to see this. Brother Matheny was preaching on it, but this man, this song goes on and on. But the whole song that he's singing about is okay, the young person says, I'm going to wait till I get older to get saved. And basically the song just goes, I'm going to wait until this happens, or I'm going to wait till that happens before I get saved. And so he just goes through and he's singing all of this, but I just want you to see how this, see a little bit. That's true. I enjoyed that song so much, and it just really was about do not wait.
Amen.
Because you never know if it will be too late. We gave the invitation, and literally dozens of people raised their hand for salvation in the service that we were in right there. It was a tremendous blessing. Next chart. Now this is to the church in Ruti, where I went and preached this Sunday. Let's go to the next chart, just to show you a little bit from them. Next. This is the school that we built on the refugee camp in Sangano, and it is the finest facility in the entire refugee camp. I was now told that there are people literally all in different areas of Africa. One person in South Africa contacted the pastor and said, I heard about that school that you have up there. So basically, to God be the glory.
Amen.
As He has allowed us to put something that's this nice there on the camp, and we're seeing lots of people saved. We've got Somalis who attend here, and the children have received Christ as their Savior. They're Muslim, but even the Muslim parents have no problem with them getting taught the Bible and stuff like that.
Right.
We've got Somali students, we have Eritrean students, we have Congolese students, we have Burundi students, we have even Ugandan students here. We've got students from probably 6 or 7 countries. Oh yeah, we also even get Ethiopia. Right here, we're able to start reaching the world. Right from here, we've got 350 students presently. This is the school that basically you have said, yes, we want to build 2 classrooms.
Amen.
Let's go to the next slide. I just want to let you know that the road is rough, and at times things fall apart. And so on the way back, the actual exhaust system that's connected to the engine broke off, and I was getting lots of attention. Wow, I was the loudest thing on the road, and it was just like any good preacher, I was real loud. But they're up there in there. So this is kind of how God works. So I'm driving, I'm thinking, oh, good grief, I got to get this thing fixed and stuff like that, and stop at one place with a welder, and well, he was off at a funeral, and then I stopped at another place. He was off at a funeral, so I got up further and found this welder. Well, right across the street, there was a mechanic. So I had the mechanic and the welder together.
Praise the Lord.
And so they come together, and Julian's there, and Esther and Henry and all of that, and they basically, Julian is really helpful to me, and she told him, she said, now, we've already talked to our mechanic. We know how much this should cost. So, what is your price? And so he said, $30,000, and that $30,000 is about $8. And I said, good. I gave him $50,000 because he should have got more than that. But I mean, literally, they come together, they had to pull it off, put it, weld it, put it back on, do all of that. like I say, it would have cost me $8 and I not want to pay a little bit more next year. It happens though, boy, we fall apart. This, by the way, I just wanted to show you this. This is where the classrooms that we will need to build, 3 classrooms, it will connect right there. Okay, and it will then make an L with what you saw otherwise. So just to give you kind of a vision as to where we're going to build, that's where it's going to be built. And we will literally, I'm absolutely sure we will reach hundreds right there with the gospel.
Amen.
But listen, they're going to go all over the world.
Right.
These people are going to go all over the world. They're not, the refugee camp is not where they stay. It's where they park for a period of time until they're given a new place. We literally could have one of the greatest mission sending locations ever in history.
Amen.
And listen, sometimes we've got upset about refugees and stuff in America because you know what, we forgot about the fact that our job is not to worry about what might happen. Our job is to reach people with the gospel.
Amen. Amen. That's right.
And so we have incredible opportunities throughout the world to get into refugee camps where there are no holds barred. Just go on in, minister however you want to minister, reach these people with the gospel. There's nothing stopping us from doing it. And we can do it. And God, and I am absolutely confident that it can be one of the greatest missions movements this world has ever known.
Good.
If we will just get busy doing it.
Amen.
Next year. Okay, I think this is the concluding one, so just to get a chance to listen as we conclude with a little singing. This is a kid at Christmas that we've known for quite a while. He's a sweetheart. Someday I hope he's one of my preachers, a great soul. Can you tell us something? I want to conclude with this thought, going back to letting God guide you with his eyes. An individual was going, he wanted to see in India where they made these incredible, elegant saris. I hope that's the right way to pronounce it. And he thought when he got there, he was going to just see something incredibly beautiful. But what he saw was just a father and a son operation. And the father hovered about 3 feet above the son with the threads that made up the sari. And there was really nothing he saw that was absolutely beautiful or anything, but with just the son would look up at the father, and when the father nodded his head, the son would then move the weave and continue to make the pattern. And then he would watch the father, when the father nodded his head, he would continue then to make the movements that were necessary to make these beautiful, beautiful garments. Over time, as he watched, a beautiful, beautiful garment was made. The only job that the son had was just to watch the father and move the weave, move it when the father nodded his head.
Amen.
And the picture that we have here is that we may not see the great beauty that God has in store for us, but we just need to keep our eyes on him.
That's right.
And when he gives us the instructions to do something, to move, as he does in his word, just do it.
That's right.
and let Him make something beautiful of your life, of my life.
Amen.
God bless you. Thank you.
Amen.
Let's give a big hand. That's amazing. And I think that Grace Baptist Church has part in both of these missionary families.